I feel like everyone are doing good. So let's start now. So first thing we can go with the financial profiling. What is exactly financial profiling? So let's go a little deeper. Okay. So I'm not going to make you confused. Like I'm just going part by part so that we can cover entire chapters and each and everything. So what is financial profiling? For example, if you're going to a doctor, and what doctor will ask you? Doctor will ask you what kind of symptoms you have, and what kind of whether you have the pain or anything. Everything will come under the symptoms. With the symptoms, what are all the reaction you got? Like for example, uh, when you eat this when you eat this food, you got the vomit, or when you eat that food, you got diarrhea. So with what kind of reaction you got. So these things doctor will take, and he will give the conclusion that okay, this medicine you can take because with my previous experience you got this kind of virus attack or this kind of disease. So with whatever the symptoms and the reaction you are going to say, he is going to take a note, and he is going to give the prescription for you to cure what you have now. And same time you need to know one thing: whatever the prescription he is giving, it's not like sure 100 percentage it's going to cure. It can cure based on his old experience with old patients. He just got an idea, okay, this what you would be got, so if you eat this tablet you can get cure. So with that, yeah, with that you can come out from that very easily. Same scenario you can take it for financial profiling. So when you go with the financial profiling, you need to know few chapters and few categories. That's These things are very very important. Like it's not like a normal thing. It's very important even for an individual. Even if you are an individual, like a lot of people, even my friends I just seen, they won't even note down where they're spending. They like just like that they will spend at the month. Like within few days they would be seeing their wallet. It would be empty. So it's because you didn't do the proper profiling where you have exactly spent your money, what all things you have done. So here I just given few points why financial profiling is matter, but I'm not going to go deeper. I'm just going to go deeper inside which part is very very important. There are seven dimensions are there in financial profiling. So if you know this, even if you're writing CA, like if you're writing CFA, if you're writing CMT, any kind of exams also, you can easily note down these points. Or if you are going to be the normal person, you can be use these points for you. Like it can help you for in your life. So first thing we can go ahead with income profile. So when income profile, you need to know what are all things should be common income profile. So that's very very important thing, because a lot of people they won't have the proper knowledge of what are all things they need to note down. So let me make it bigger. So first thing is income profile. What is income profile? What with that? What are all the datas we need to get it? You need to take where the source is coming, where your main source of income is coming. It can be from job, it can be from business, it can be from side income, it can be from anything. You like for example, some people would be working as a part time, and some people would be like saving their money for longer time. So like if your money is working for you, that also will be considered as source. Okay, that's very very important. So you need to note down from where your source is coming. For example, you just write from job. So here I'm just giving J as a job, how much money you just made. So I'm just giving $100 in today, like on this single day. And like I'm just taking as a monthly, we can take it as a monthly. So $100 I just earn in this month from job. And from business I made $1,000. And with my side income, with my part-time income, let me go with the part-time income, I just earn nearly $300. So we can assume these are all the categories we just earn money. So with this you just got an idea. You just earned nearly $1,400 with the main source and the side source of income. Okay, so these are all very important. If you note down this perfectly, you can go to the next level. Main thing is source of income. Next one I just given stability. See, stability in the sense like a lot of categories are there, but in this category we can take the stable income. For example, if you're going to job, it's going to be the stable income. So this is the only source you have the stable income. Remaining business and part-time, it's based on how many hours you work, and if you take business, it's totally based on how many clients you got. So these two parts are not going to come under stable income. So what you can do is, in your Canva, in your Excel sheet, you can split out like this. $100, it's going to be confirmed every month. Okay, but remaining $1,300, it's totally based on the clients, based on the time you're just going to give, based on the part-time job, like it's going to be considered as a time, and based on the slots. Like some people would be like, they won't have the slots. They would like if you go with US, it would be based on slot base. If you go with the slot, you won't have slot. Sometimes you won't have the proper slots for working hours, so that you need to work tomorrow, like that. Like some like I'm not going deeper, I'm just taking as a main thing. I'm just only picking the main things, I'm just showing you. So in that, if you earn 1,300, you can make sure 1,300 is not stable. So for that, you need to be make sure in $100 your full, for example, this is your stable income. $100 is your stable income. So with this $100, what you have to do is, you should make your life stable with this $100. What I'm exactly saying, for example, your rental, for example, if you're in rent, or if you shared apartment or anything, you need to pay rent. So rent, your grocery, your travel, so everything will be considered as it should come under your stable income. So how we can take this? For example, if you earn $100 as a stable income, your full capacity should be come under that $100. Your living cost and your total expenses should be under $100. Otherwise, you will stuck in a big trap, because this $1,300 is not at all stable. Some months it can be 1,300, some months it can be 1,000, some months it can be no money, because business is like that. If you do business, I don't need to say, you people can relate and very well. Some months your income will be zero. Some months your income will be 10x or 20x. Some months you would be earning only 500, 200. So if you do business, the income is not stable. So with the stable income, make your Canva, make sure your Canva should be divided into stable and non-stable. So that's what the main thing you need to focus on. The first point, one is stable, another one is non-stable. If you note down these 2 points, really I'm saying you won't stuck in a big trap, so that you can use this money for yourself, and you can use the remaining money for investment and other purposes, so that it will grow very bigger in a longer run. I will explain you in the next part, but I'm just making you sure like what all things are very important. Okay, first thing, you just note it down, what are all the incomes. Second thing, you need to note down what are all the expense you have. Let me copy this and let me paste it. Okay, let me copy and let me paste. See, because this what we are just discussing, the second point we were discussing now, like your whatever you are just earning in a stable income, your expense should come under that. So that's what your second category should be. So what you can do is, in your profile you can put like $100 as a stable income. Only you should focus on this $100. With $100 you should focus on all the expenses you have, like food, grocery, or whatever the lifestyle cost you have. Everything you need to add it on this $100. You should not cross more than that. Even if you are doing in your thing, even if you are working, only if you're focusing on working in a job, like for example in any country, if you're earning something, what you can do is, you can have certain money under that. Because a lot of people, I'm just saying, they're just using their credit card, they're using loans and everything to run a luxurious life. So don't do that mistake. Run your life below what you earn, don't go above than that. It will be big trap in the long run. So that's what the second, which is like expensive, which I just covered with that. Okay, third one is asset profile. In profiling, one of the very important thing is asset profile. Wait, it's not getting copied. Okay, let me write down here. So next one is asset profile. What is asset profile? You need to note down one thing, guys. See, you just earn $100 in stable income. In non-stable income, you just earn $1,300, which is like $1,300, And finally, you need to write down what asset you have. What are all the asset you have? For example, if you have your house, or if you in like already you are just holding equity or fixed deposit or anything like around $5,000, so it will be coming under the asset. And the next column, you need to add the debt. Debt is nothing but what are all the loans you have on this month. Debt is not only the loan, even you can add which is going to go out of your hand for monthly, each and every month. For example, some people would be having their car in EMI, someone would be purchase the TV or the camera or the mobile phones or anything. So these things will be coming under the debt. So you just write it down how much dollar you have debt. So let me write it down $200. And next one, like I just put the dash here. And next one, we can focus. Next one is risk tolerance profile. This one we can go deeper in the next video, so that it would like next like coming part I will go. So I don't want to confuse. So let me go the risk tolerance. And finally, goal and behavior profile. So let me go ahead with the three things. What is risk tolerance? For example, here these are all the main things. One is stable and unstable, asset and debt. So in this, what you have to do is you have to total this both, because this both is your this month income. Like totally you just earned 1,400. In that you just covered all the expenses. So if you minus all the expenses with your stability income, you will have remaining $1,300. So with the $1,300, you have to focus on the debt at the first, because if you're focusing on this, easily you can safeguard your asset. Because a lot of people are doing this mistake. Even if you go deeper in a lot of even in Rich Dad, it would be mentioned very clearly. First thing, focus on yourself, then pay your EMIs, pay the bills and everything. But if you ask me, don't do that mistake. First, pay the bills, because these concepts can be acceptable for rich people. But like rich people, or if someone is doing business, for them this is suitable because they have the super cash flow inside. Because cash flow is very important. If the cash flow is there inside their account, they can easily manage the debt, they can pay later, or they can do anything. But as a normal employee, as a normal people, we won't have cash flow inside our account. So what you have to do is you should pay your debt at the first. Like for example, if you pay $200, you will be having remaining $1,100. So in that $1,100, you can try to focus on the risk tolerance. Like here, I just given right the risk tolerance. Here the risk tolerance will come. After paying your debt, what you can do is you can invest on. For example, you can invest on the asset based on the risk. For example, you have $1,200. Like $1,100 as a remaining. In this $1,100, you can put three columns. Okay, you can put three columns. One is low risk, another one is moderate risk, and the final one is high risk. So in that, you can split your money into three part. Okay, split your money into three part and put like for example, let me go ahead with calculation, because like we are just going to see lot of calculation, guys. So don't mind it. Things will be going like a normal thing. So 1,100, and I'm just splitting into 3, which I will be getting around 366.66 cents. Like totally $366.66 you will be getting. So what you will do is you just allocate, like one part is for this and another part is for this and another part. Like you're just going to split your money, and based on your risk tolerance. Here I just given risk based on the moderate risk. But if your age is more than 40 or 50, you can take a low risk. You can focus only on low risk and moderate risk, not to take high risk. So now let me classify. In the low risk, you can put some money on fixed deposit. Okay, why fixed deposit? I will say. And some money on equity, and some money on even you can go with gold, crypto, or whatever the asset, real estate. Because the real estate and all, the main problem is you can't liquidate whenever you need money. You can't cash out very easily. So that's the only biggest problem in real estate. But other than that, you can split your money out at anything. Now we can come to the main part. Why FD is very important. Like not only for the normal people, even if you go with the big people, whomever is like doing business, they will have some money for fixed deposit, because they can cash out this at any time without the inflation. because the main problem in main problem, main and main worst problem in investment is sometimes inflation can affect your investment. For example, some equity would be related to the economic, or related to the government policies, or some equity would be like related to that, because without government rules the company can't run. So risk is very very little high based on what company you're going to invest, and risk is very very moderate and low based on what kind of companies you're going to invest. For example, if you're choosing ETFs or something like that, risk would be very very lower. But if you're choosing the top 50 companies or top 100 companies, then your risk is going to be moderate. But the problem here is equity is totally fluctuated. It can go up or it can come down. So your equity is going to be more and more problematic. So what you have to do is, instead of putting your money, like full money on equity, split your money into three. Have some money in your fixed deposit, have something on equity, have something on high risk like gold, like crypto. Like gold is also not higher risk, but as of now, like as of current scenario, like gold is moving like fluctuating very very faster. It's like, volatility is very very huge in current scenario. So as of current scenario, gold is like, we can take it a little high risk. Okay, because anytime the gold can be stable, it can be crash, or it can be neither go up or down. Okay, so these are all the risks are there, so you need to note down that. So in that, fixed deposit can be based on the money you have. Same time, with the fixed deposit you can build your emergency fund. For example, if you don't want it, you can sell out, you can cancel your plan, and you can come out at any day. Only they are just going to take a little amount of charge in cancelling between. And some banks, if you talk with them, even that cancellation charge is not going to take. Okay, so the fixed deposit is having more and more advance if you are focusing little bit money for emergency fund, because everyone need emergency fund. We don't know, anything can happen at any time, any emergency can come. On that time, if you have some money on FD, you can quickly liquidate it and you can make it as a cash, and you can buy a house, or you can go for whatever the need you need. Because some like for example, some people would be like aiming for buying a car and everything. They would be not having insufficient balance, so what they will do is, FD would be very very good. Sometimes what you can do is, with your FD you can, as you can have FD as a collateral, and you can get a loan. Even options are there. And with the FD you can get it as a loan, and even you can invest on the assets also. Like, you can do anything with FD. As of now, FD is like little advanced compared to previous. Like previously it's not that much advanced, but nowadays FDs have become more advanced. But the problem is, like some countries are giving more high interest, some countries are giving low interest. But the main advantage is, instead of having cash in your hand, you can put it on the FD and you can lock it, so that some interest would be there. It can be 1%, because in US it would be 1 or 2%. Out of the US it would be 5 to 7, or some countries it would be 10, 12, 15. So it's based on the countries and the currency value inflation. So these are all the interlinks with each other. So you need to note down these things, so that you can make your financial profiling in a proper way, so that at the last you will have some assets, and you will have something in your hand to protect yourself. So the main thing for profiling is nothing but how you're going to a doctor, and based on your problem, how you're going to get the medicine. Same thing, you're just going to do the spreadsheet chart, or you're just going to do the proper profiling with the finance what you have. With that, properly you're going to invest, properly you're going to spend, and finally you would have some money for your safeguard. Because now everyone knows very well, because of this AI, lot of people have lost a job, lot of people have been replaced by AI, lot of things are happening. If you don't want to stuck in that, if you have some emergency fund, you can survive for 3 to 6 months. What can happen is, on that time period you can wait and you can search for a good job, and you can place on that. So emergency fund is very important. So just focus on that. Like for example, if you're the person, if you feel like instead of having an FD I need to have an equity also, it's fine. But the equity problem is, equity is highly fluctuated. Even if you take the commodity, it's highly fluctuated. It can go up or down at any time. So there is no guarantee that it's only going to go up. So you need to be prepared with whatever things you are going to focus on. So based on your risk tolerance, you can allocate your asset, and you can allocate your spendings, and you can run your lifestyle smoothly. Here I just give an example as an $100 of a salary and everything, but a lot of people would be earning more or less, or like it's totally based on where you live and everything. But here is an example. If you do the proper math, no one can stop you, because a lot of people are like stuck in an issue because they don't have the proper math. So this video would be, I think, would be more and more helpful for you. Like this, a lot and lot of videos had to come. So stay tuned. Bye bye.